Yeah, so if Brant was here, he could play the game and I could eat the ramen, and this would be like, perfectly balanced. But unfortunately, Brant's off eating tacos somewhere and is not helping me with my ramen stream. He's just way too devoted to the taco situation. Luckily, we have really long load times. So, I mean, I didn't say that out loud, so. Ramen broth. Yeah. So, anyway, welcome to the official Undead Labs ramen stream. I'm enjoying my super meal that I got at 7-Eleven. And, yeah, let's see here. Takura's Spirit's like, what the fudge did I just tune into? Yeah, exactly, right? That's, what you tuned into was me being woefully unprepared to actually put on a show. I'm coming in mostly just because everyone's used to showing up at this time. We don't want to just disappoint everyone by not having a stream. That would be silly. But I don't have anything useful to say or do. All I've got is myself and my ramen. Now, if I'd had some time to prepare, I might have come up with something cleverer than this. But I've been working on making the sequel to this game. And that takes a lot of time and effort. It's weird. We're down to the point in my task list where it's like, there's like a lot of the things that have been taking my time recently when we were crunching, like a lot of the really just big, gnarly, takes forever, just put on some music and just work for hours and hours. A lot of those recently got done. And now I'm putting out like a lot of little fires and working on smaller things. And it's weird because I don't have that sense of satisfaction from getting some enormous giant thing crammed into the game. It's all just like littler stuff, but man, it still fills up a day, So for those of you who are just joining us, it says ramen stream out there because I'm eating ramen while I play. There we go. Stock by Farrell says that it looks like my ramen bowl is as large as my head, and I would dispute that anything in this room is as large as my head. But you can. I appreciate the compliment. Stock by Farrell's. I'm not making any insinuations whatsoever about the date of release. The kind of I definitely did not say that I'm done working on this game or anything like that. I said that I was done with a particular pile of tasks that were taking up a lot of my time, stressing me out, and causing me to crunch. That does not mean the game is finished. That does not mean the game is anywhere near finished. You're going to have to find out exactly when the game is done at the same time as everyone else, which is sometime in the future, but definitely not right now. Yeah, so exactly. Brant should be playing this game while I eat. I believe I think that Brant should be here, and I don't know what his deal is. He said that he'd come in later, whatever that means. So I'm gonna go. Where am I gonna go? Wait, I hear a zombie. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong screen here. Like everything I'm doing is delayed because I'm looking at the big screen in the front of the room, which is on like a second delay. I should be watching the tiny screen that I set up next to me. Unfortunately, the tiny screen makes it harder for me to see the chat. So, hey there, Shrubman64, Exion337. Oh, Dell is here. I've got a lot of people here that I sort of just went by here. Takuro Spirit is eating a banana. So, in honor of Takuro Spirit's banana, I'm gonna take a nice big swig of ramen broth. All right. Army of Dogs says, so weird state of decay story. Heather got killed in one of my breakdown games, and in the next level she comes back, and I don't know how. She was killed by ferals, and then she comes back out of nowhere. I don't have an explanation for that either. We try very hard to make sure that when we kill someone, they are super, super dead. I mean, I can imagine any number of different potential glitches causing something like that, but congratulations. I do know that there are certain kinds of death that we don't make permanent. Like if you die from falling off something, I think we try to actually have that character only faint and not actually be dead, because that's just frustrating. A lot of times you don't do that because you made a choice that was bad. You do that because you just didn't realize that if you moved the stick that far in that direction, the character was going to fall. And so it just didn't feel quite as fair as, losing in combat to zombies, or, not watching your health bar, or not bringing enough resources with you. Those are all choices and strategic considerations. And those just felt, those feel like legitimate reasons to lose a character. Just stepping off a cliff by accident just doesn't feel like it's in the same category. So, I'm going to get some food. There you go. Put that away. Seems like there's a lot of zombies in here. Oh, I'm still looking at the wrong screen. What am I doing? Yeah, take that. Yeah, I'm not gonna reload. I'm gonna... Whoa, that guy... There's nothing left of that guy! Now get off me, you jerks! Sit down! There you go. Okay, there's one guy still out here who... He didn't see me, but he knew there was something going on in here. Yep, confirmed we are Zed-free. Well, Zed-free-ish, I guess. I shouldn't have fired those guns. Alright, so it was what? Left trigger and Y to reload? What a silly thing. Man, I'm not used to that. I got one shot left. Okay, sorry that I can't play the game and also read the chat at the same time. Takiro Spirit says, what breakdown level is this? It's certainly not 89. That... Oh, frack! Get off me! I'm gonna get Ed home. Should teach me to fire guns, right? There's just so many of them! Okay, are we good? No, there's one more? Oh, you jerk. And there's even more right outside the door. What is the... Hey. So I think this breakdown level is... It may be above 0, but not much above 0. I think maybe this is breakdown level 1, but I'm not sure. It could be 0. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm gonna have some pie because I can. Oh wait, no. Oh crap! Food doesn't heal you. What's wrong with me? It doesn't heal you in any version of this game. Oh, this heals you.
Sit tight. I'm bringing this stuff home.
We'll be ready.
Oh, get out of here, idiot. Yeah, people are commenting that they're not seeing any bloaters or anything like that. So, yeah, clearly I'm not playing... How do I play this game? On a super high level of breakdown. Okay, let's try to grab as much stuff as I can while I'm here.
I'm loaded up. See you back at base.
And there's still something here, right? Oh wait, I already grabbed all of that I can.
We should be safe for a while now.
All the excitement of moving to a new apartment. Simulated in State of Decay, Year 1 Survival Edition.
I'm loaded up. See you back at base.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah, the chat has gotten way beyond me, and I apologize for that. I mean, I'm bad at keeping track of the chat when it's the only thing I'm doing. So, keeping track of the chat while I'm also playing this game, that's just crazy talk. Garlic Burp says, I love watching you guys struggle with the old State of Decay control scheme. Yeah, so that's, for anyone who doesn't know, Brant and I frequently complain about the fact that switching back to this control scheme is hard for us because there are subtle differences between this game and the game we're working on right now. can't really tell you exactly what they are, mostly just because if they change, we'll feel silly. But, yeah, because if there's anything that's easy to change, it's key bindings at the last minute. But, okay, let's take these guys out while we can. It's fine, I don't really need this car. What am I doing? What am I even doing? Ed led the way, and he was also the middle and the caboose. All right. So, wait, we need to get in a proper parking spot, don't we? Proper parking spot. Oh, hi, guys. Yay! We've got some food. What are you doing inside my base, you jerk? Get out of here. All right, here we are back at base. Let's try to catch up with the chat, why don't we? There's a zombie trying to get in, but I got friends here. Oh, are you okay? You seem cold. Hey, Christopher Johansson. You fine? All right. Oh, hey there, Mom Prance is here. That's pretty cool. Probably a lot of other people that I missed. Andy B is here. Andy B's on the way to level 80 of Breakdown, so that's well beyond my skill level. Like, honestly, we tuned 5, so 5 was unplayable by me. So, welcome to the State of Decay ramen stream, where I'm going to be eating my lunch while also chatting with you folks, or failing to chat with you folks. Dark Flame says I shouldn't feel bad, because she's also on level 1. I appreciate that. Thank you. So, Army of Dogs asks, what was the hardest part of making the first State of Decay? I can't tell you, because I actually played the first State of Decay as a fan. I joined the company about 2 weeks after the first game came out. So I get no credit for the original game, and I get to compliment it like crazy, because I'm not tooting my own horn, because I didn't make it. I was brought in to work on the PC version and Breakdown and Lifeline, and now the sequel. And Year 1 Survival Edition, and now the sequel. So I worked on those. But basically, for me, State of Decay was this brilliant gem of a game that I got to then work on, advancing further and expanding. But it's definitely not anything I can take credit for or tell stories about. If Brant was here, we could ask him about that. But it's not me. True Vulgarian wonders when we realized that State of Decay was different. So I think this entire studio was founded in part on the strength of knowing that they had this idea to make this game, and so I think that knowing that this game was special was something that happened very early on, because you don't just build a studio because you feel like it. You build a studio because you feel like you've really got something powerful to offer, and so I suspect that knowing this idea was something special was something that happened very early on in the process. Okay, then we got everybody saying hi to Mon Prance, which is cool. And Exion says that Extra Credits just got a Twitch channel up and running. Are we going to do a collab with them? That'd be cool. I don't know. I don't know if we've ever. Oh my gosh, Brant is about to come in and save me. Come in, Brant. I need someone to play the game while I eat my ramen and try to catch up with the chat.
All right.
So, guys, Brant is here to save the day. So I'm up here. This is the ramen cam up here.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Good.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so there we go. So I've got the ramen cam over here, and actually, let me see. Can I still?
Oh, I got my hot
Control
date.
Alt
I got
V?
my hot
Yes, I
date
can.
T-shirt on.
So this is the official Undead Labs ramen stream. So I've got my ramen over here in the upper left corner, and then Brant is going to be the one playing the game down in the lower right.
Oh my god. What have you done?
So the camera's all screwed up, because that's how I roll. Remember to watch the tiny screen. I kept making the mistake of watching the big screen, and everything's delayed and it's weird. I will try to put the chat where we can all read it. Can you read that size? I need to up it a little bit here.
No.
Yeah, neither can I. Now that makes it smaller. Making it smaller doesn't help.
Well, who do we got? We
got tons of folks. We got the whole Nicole squad in
we
here.
got the crew. Dell 40. Dell.
Yeah, Army of Dogs, True
I'm so
Vulgarian,
happy to see
Takuro,
Dell.
Andy
Welcome
B. Got lots of people.
Garlic, Takuro, Dark Flame, an Army of Dogs. I don't know that name.
Yeah, Army of Dogs is pretty cool.
Hi.
Just based on the name. I don't really know them that well, but the name's amazing.
True Vulgarian. All right. I'll stop messing around. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Are we doing anything specific?
No, we're just filling time because Nicole's on an airplane.
Okay.
So they did have a question. True Vulgarian, I think, was it True Vulgarian that was asking, or was it somebody else who was asking what was the hardest part of making the original game? And I was just vamping about the fact that I don't know anything because I wasn't there. So
Wow.
what would you say would be the hardest part?
Oh boy.
Was it all the ramen that you guys had to eat?
No, my doctor. If I had that much salt in one sitting, my doctor would leave his office and slap me.
So my first game project that I ever worked on, I wasn't married yet, I didn't have any kids yet, and so I basically lived at the office, and I had a stack of ramen cups of devoured ramen cups because the company that I worked at had like free ramen and candy.
You're one of the
all
guys
over
who would eat dinner on the company, even though that stuff was meant for snacks.
Yeah.
You
Well,
and-
they provided cups of noodles.
You and I are going to fight after this.
Why?
No, only because I don't believe companies should do that.
Oh, they should. Yeah. So
I
here
don't-
we don't have piles of food lying around unless an employee brings something.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think companies should provide meals as an incentive to keep people's butts in the seats. And I've worked at places like that. Oh, I like my orc sword, though. Hello, orc sword.
Whoa, lost track of the chat.
Yeah, it's going nuts.
Yep. But yeah, but I also won an M&M sweepstakes because I ate just like every day I would have like 3 cups of noodles and like 5 packs of M&Ms. And so I was eating the M&Ms at such a frequency that I won one of their contests. I didn't win the entire thing, like I won one of the lower prizes, but still, like I was
Okay.
pretty. I won, I think it was like 1,000 pesos or something like that. It was when they were considering adding a new color to the packet, way back like 15 years ago.
But were they bit pesos?
I don't think they were. Man, if they had been pesos, I'd be pretty rich right now.
And you can trade them in for tacos. And some of you people here, if you follow me on Twitter, know that my life is entirely encompassed by tacos.
Oh, I think it was Exion that asked the question, or maybe it was Army. Wait, hold on. Exion says, that I started to answer Exion's questions and then stopped.
Ooh.
And then Army asked what the hardest part of the game
Yes.
was.
Okay. So the hardest part of the game was that we were so ambitious and had such great plans for this thing, and like dreams, and we wanted this baby to grow up and go to college or go to trade school, or journeyman with a plumber or something
Yeah.
to grow up and do something, and there was so much that we wanted to get in with so few people, and some of the same problems we're having now, right? That there are certain things that just can't be done in the amount of time that you have with the tiny amount of money you have.
So just giving up on your dreams is the hardest part.
And obviously 3 years into it, this is no surprise that that the rough edges are always there, and we ended up just banking on the fact, hoping that people would forgive us our sins because they would see the charm of the game and what we were intending to do, and so many of you did, and of course the people who were in chat. Oh, good. Walk up behind. Wait a minute.
What are you doing to that poor zombie?
Why am I cheering her? How do I kill it?
Left bumper and Y. Yeah, so they were mentioning that Garlic Burp, I think, mentioned it before, that you and I constantly struggle with the control scheme because we've totally forgotten how to play
I
this game.
just got finished this morning playing 2 hours of State of Decay 2, and so my controls are a little bit different.
So Exion's question, I remember now, was the question of would we ever do apparently extra credits. We know some of the folks involved with that. They've got a new Twitch channel up and running, and Exion was wondering if we'd ever do a collab with them. Honestly, what you should probably expect from us going forward is, one of the reasons Nicole is in town is to try to plan out what kinds of community-related events we're going to be doing leading up to the release of the sequel. And it's the kind of thing, because we don't foot the bill for this. This is paid for by other people. By the way, I only lift you one shell. Is that okay? It's paid for by other people, and so we're not fully in control of everything we do. And so Nicole has always been this really staunch, wonderful advocate for the kind of community involvement that we're doing right here. Engaging directly with people who play the game, involving you guys in the process. And so she's been really a stalwart champion of that, and Sonya was before her. And so that's what we're going to be pushing for, but we're not going to be completely in control of it. We can't just do whatever arbitrary things we want. And so things like, I would love to do a collaboration with another Twitch channel and stuff like that. That sounds awesome. It's the kind of thing that I would do if this was just my Twitch channel, but it's not, And so we're probably going to do something that's probably a little bit more structured, a little bit more, related to other marketing efforts going on with the game and stuff like that. That's just sort of how it works.
Yeah, we're not the masters of our own destiny anymore like we were before, because nobody paid attention to us. And now there's a lot more attention paid to us, and therefore a lot more people to filter through before you can do stuff like that.
But that said, it's definitely not a complaint. Because what that comes with, we lose a little bit of autonomy that way, but what we gain is a lot of support. There's going to be a lot of help from experts in fields like marketing and stuff like that are going to be helping us and supporting us, and so we're really grateful for all of that stuff. It just means what we have to give up is just a little bit of I can't just hear a cool idea in the chat and be like, yeah, let's do that, and just do it, because that's just not how it goes. But I hope that feels like a complete enough answer to your question, Exion, even though it's technically a non-answer to what you actually asked. It is the whole story. Exion, as far as my channel goes, I haven't talked to those guys about it, so I'll have to. I don't know. Honestly, Exion, you've noticed. I think I've streamed twice in the past couple of months. I've had almost no time to stream. I haven't been able to run my stream out of here for a while because just the resources that I was using. It used to be that they were just sitting idle all the time, and so nobody minded if I just came in and used them whenever I wanted to. But now that we're doing a lot more with this room and certain aspects of the game are getting closer to complete and need to be tested with the big nice setup in here, I can't just sort of do whatever I want with company resources anymore. So that has made it so that I can't really stream the way I used to. Holy crap, what is going on? Okay, well, whoa, except for when they come charging at you, that seems like the right way to go. And then you get blinded by smoke and you run into a door jam. But yeah, let's see here. Garlic Burp asks, have you ever held Desert Eagle in real life? They're way too heavy to dual wield effectively.
I have.
Really? I haven't. Yeah, I think
I haven't dual wielded them.
The biggest, I think the largest gun I ever, largest handgun I've ever fired was like a 44 Magnum revolver.
That's big.
That was ridiculous and unnecessary. I think, wasn't.
No, I mean the inclusion of the Desert Eagle in the games is simply because people come to expect it now.
Yeah. I mean, you got to have an outlier, right, to make all the other guns feel normal.
Oh, God. I'm dead. I killed your Ed.
Oh, no. Oh, no, you got my Ed killed! Man, I was trying so hard to get my Ed killed, and then you took the honor from me.
I didn't realize that Marshall T. Farrell happened to be sitting in the next donut shop over there.
So Nana Gamer says, I'm packing a I just scrolled off the screen. I'm packing a cooler and planting in front of Twitch to watch all the fun in the beginning.
Hi, Nana.
Nana's here. Let's see here. Everyone's like, R.I.P. Ed is dead, baby. Ed is dead.
And Ed's dead. I just watched that not too long ago. Let's see. I think pie is in order to go avenge Ed's demise.
Yeah, that's whenever I'm gonna, mourn my friend, I like to bring some celebratory pie
Yes.
along for the ride. Yeah.
Just goes on like that.
All right, where is he?
Big Crow says you can suppress the Desert Eagle in game. Probably not very effectively in real life.
Well, most suppressors reduce decibel levels by about 30. And if you're already shooting at 160, you're still going to be really loud.
Yeah.
Personally, I can't stand the idea of the Desert Eagle. I think the 50 Action Express round should be like a lever action rifle sort of gun. It's America. We're the land of ridiculous, right? We are. I only have. Man, you did not give me bullets. It's not my fault.
I'm pretty sure you were the last one to play this guy.
Where is Johnny Farrell? I don't see him anymore. I don't like.
True Vulgarian is hoping you get revenge on him, but yeah, I don't know. If you make enough noise, eventually show up if he's still around at all.
Well, I was gonna leave a little trap for him if I could see him, but this really freaks me out. I don't like not seeing Johnny Farrell. And we don't have the sound turned up, so I can't hear him if he's around.
I mean, I could.
No.
I could get us some sound.
I'm an expert at this game. I should be able to.
That is probably the only reason that Farrell was able to sneak up on you, is because we're playing completely without audio. You guys can hear the game much better than we can, and you probably can barely hear it too, because I got the sound turned down. Brant says Arif Kinchin is awesome. I think it's one of our voice actors.
Mm.
Who does Arif Kinchin play? I'm not actually sure.
I only know one of our voice actors because I was here when they came in.
Yeah, I know several. Mostly, I know a couple from Lifeline, because I was more involved with that. The actress who plays Hawks is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I hung out with her a lot. Pretty neat. Can't think of, I'm a terrible human being, and I can't think of her name right now. Unfortunately, I thought I was gonna. It was like right on the tip of my tongue, and so I started the sentence like, "Oh crap, I can't say her name." And that's how not remembering an actor's name doesn't help their career very much, and you say it out when you talk about them. So I feel like a silly person. Mon Brant says bon appetit to me eating my ramen. Yeah, I'm almost done. I promise I'll take this giant ramen stream headline down once I'm finished. Oh yeah, Mon Brant points out that Quarantine Road did some really awesome fan art of Alicia Hawks. He used Robin Wright. He used Robin Wright as a model, and which was a really great choice for Hawks.
The perfect choice for Hawks. It was pretty perfect. In fact, in the State of Decay movie, she should play.
She should play Hawks.
Hawks. Confirmed State of Decay movie. Okay, no, just kidding.
Yeah, right.
Speaking of Quarantine Road, he just sent a Christmas gift to me.
Oh yeah, that's right. Those
The pack he made a pack of cards out of those
like collectible cards or whatever.
Yeah, like the old Star Wars cards. For those of us who are old enough to remember them.
Yeah. So Brant.
Yeah. Which I still have my Star Wars cards. They're in a shoebox somewhere. Oh. Court's in session. And I'm the judge. Jury and execution.
Oh, Nana Gamer is baking cookies for Christmas parties right now. It's been a while since I baked cookies from scratch. I've just been, I have so little time these days. I just basically buy the break and bake stuff and basically just I keep a constant stock of Toll House cookies just in my freezer.
Don't you still go to the cookie store right here?
Well, they had some employee turnover. I gotta wait till they kind of
Till they learn
how to make the cookies again. Yeah, no.
Because what, they're only using half a stick of butter per.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something magic. Like somebody has to work at that cookie place for a couple of months before they really start nailing the recipe. I don't know what it is, or it's not even. I mean, I think they just bring in the dough from somewhere else. I think from like their farm or whatever.
Oh boy. Oh
So
boy.
I don't know exactly what it is that the employees do to make the difference between the good version of the cookies and what. Did you leave something back there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought he just exploded for no reason.
Oh crap! I thought I killed him. Oh, he missed the other one.
I know watching people eat ramen and just slurping things up past their chin is one of the most entertaining things in the world.
Come on, dude.
True Vulgarian's like, one never kills him.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah, Adele says that she always eats the dough and there's almost no cookies left by the time she's done.
That's okay.
Yeah, I just like, I set aside one piece of dough. That's like, this is the piece of dough I'm going to eat, and the rest of these are going to become cookies. I want them to live up to their full potential. Nana says she does specialty cookies. They got yummy frosting, and they're very festive.
The zombie thinks he's going to get lunch, but no.
Our office is pretty festive right now. Basically, I think an employee or two might have either posted this on Facebook or tweeted about it
I
or
did.
something. Oh, was it you that tweeted about it?
Yeah.
That basically, yeah, we don't take down our Halloween decorations. We just dress up our Halloween decorations in Christmas decorations.
Yeah, so all the little bats on the wall from Halloween have little Christmas hats and scarves.
They're
now.
like bat elves now.
Yeah, it's awesome. Powerhouse. Yes. Another piece of pie to celebrate Powerhouse.
Garlic Burp says, so every stream Jeff will eat a food of our choosing. Not of your choosing. I would love to make a thing out
Raw
of...
squid.
I would love to make a thing out of me eating food every time because that's amazing. But, no, I'm a very picky eater. Like, there's only a few things that I actually like to eat, and the experience of eating something that is not really my favorite is very unpleasant for me, and I don't think I could enjoy it.
Nana, make sure that you send us a picture of the Undead Lab or the State of Decay themed cookies. We must see those. All right, who's available?
Yeah.
The only person available is sick. Excellent.
So unfortunately, all of my
I'm going to get another person killed.
all of my picky eating genes went to one of my children. I mean, so a lot of my kids are picky eaters to one degree or another in one way or another, but they got hyper concentrated in my second kid, to the point where it's like, if she puts something like a piece of food in her mouth, like touches her tongue to it, and it's not exactly what she wanted it to be, she will have like a panic attack and start throwing up. And so we're like, we would love to train this kid to eat different foods. You know, it's like, no, you have to have one bite and stuff. But like, it is not worth the cleanup trying to get her to eat things she doesn't like. So, you know, she just gets to be a picky eater. So she lives on pasta, Parmesan cheese, Rice Krispies, and toast. That's just, and she, you know, because she likes so few things, she can feed herself. Like, we don't even need to pay attention to her, really. She can just, like, go get toast whenever she's hungry. And, you know, now and then we try to give her some vitamins to, you know, so she doesn't die of malnutrition. But...
My son is the same way. I eventually, so the only thing I do now is I make him, or I don't make him, I ask him to have one bite of what I'm having.
Yeah.
And then I make him one of the, like, 3 things he'll eat afterwards.
Yeah, no,
But
that's good.
He just gets mad. He doesn't, like, throw up or anything.
Yeah. No, she's like, I frequently think of it as like, I read somewhere that I probably already said this in the stream before too, so bear with me. That when you are playing chicken with somebody on the road, and you're driving your cars towards each other, and you lose if you're the one who turns, the only winning strategy is to rip off your steering wheel and throw it out the window so the other person can see it. They're like, oh, that person's crazy, and there's no way they're ever going to change now, so I have to bend. And that's basically my daughter's strategy. Everything. Like, if she knows that if she flips out enough, she can cross a line where we're just like, okay, you know, like that is not worth it. and if she basically, you know, if you can prove to the other person that you are completely insane, then you win. And so that's what she's done. She's convinced us that she's completely insane, and so we have to negotiate. Oh, yeah, Gooniverse is here and is saying that he's got a really similar diet to my daughter. So you know where it's at. Stop by Farrell says, throw the steering wheel out. I'm trying that next time. Next time? You've done this before?
Yeah, if you hold your steering wheel up and just scream "witness me" as you're driving down the road.
Yeah, people love that. All right, well, the ramen stream is officially over. I've completed my super meal. That was a super meal.
How about the guy in the car? Apparently I hit a stinker.
Oh, you sure did. I wasn't watching the HUD. Exion says, I'm not a picky eater at all. I miss out on way too many good foods that way. That's what I've heard. I've heard that foods that I don't like are good. And I don't quite understand it, but, you know, apparently people like these foods. Apparently people like to put nuts in things. I don't know why they do that, because it ruins everything. I don't get it. Oh, Stop by Farrell's is actually driven in 2 destruction derbies in Austin. Interesting. That sounds fascinating. Getting into an actual car wreck for fun. And then another one, really fast. Dark Flame says, I want to know where you put all that ramen. Under the desk. Oh, you mean in my body? Well, you only ever see me from the shoulders up. I have been gaining weight over the past year, so you know, I think it would be no mystery if you saw before and after from the past couple of years. Partly it's from working so hard, and partly it's from having had a 4th child, and the 4th child being an insane person. Dark Flame is suddenly realizing that it's been 2 years since we worked together. She's like, what the crap? Garlic Rip, no. The grass skirt is really Brant's thing. I'm more of a puppet guy. I left this. Can't have that. Unless it covers Brant. Actually, this is performing a useful function
Yes, it is.
now.
The
Yeah.
people are appreciative, too.
Well, there's Brant. Oh. There's Brant. Ooh. I'm playing peekaboo with you guys. This is what I do when I go home because I have an insane baby. And no, he's 3 now, so he's more into other stuff now. He just likes to watch and sing along with little Einsteins incessantly. Little Einsteins. Dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Yeah. That song.
I know you're fine.
He likes that. He likes Kate and Mim Mim, which is a show on Netflix about a girl and her big, giant purple bunny, imaginary bunny. And there's like one other show that he's super into. Oh, Tayo. Tayo is this Korean show about buses. And he is that boy into buses. Buses are his favorite thing. Like he names all of his cars after the characters in Tayo. He doesn't have any Tayo toys. He just names all of his Hot Wheels after Tayo characters, based on their colors. So I know he can identify colors, so he's not colorblind. That's good.
How did anyone even know there was a... I mean, I placed these here. How did anyone even know that this was out here?
Yeah, right.
What was I thinking, Geoffrey?
Well, the point is, we kind of wanted to, have there be a little bit of a delay in breakdown before you can move on. You got to be able to. The point was you have to be able to not just like get through each level. You have to be able to survive for a while in each level. And so if we made the RV too easy to find, people would just blast through it a little bit too quickly.
That's true.
So I like some of the really out there placements that you came up with. I think you did one that was out by the lumberyard. Like some of them we did just specifically to highlight places where players just never went.
Hadn't
right?
been to very often. Yeah.
Because there's no reason for a player to go someplace that isn't full of resources, right? And so everyone's really familiar with Spencer's Mill and Fairfield and that other place, but they're not. But like, the lumber mill. Why would you ever go to the lumber mill? There's like, what, a container there, like. But yeah, so we throw an RV out there to like, hey, look what our artists built. It's lovely. It's beautiful. Stop by Ferals points out that eventually players who play enough Breakdown will know where all of the RVs are, and they can just kind of do a tour around the map to find them all. That's true. But there's like 20 plus spawns. Like there's a Brant spent a lot of time putting a lot of spawns out there.
A lot of time debugging my bad placements too.
Oh, True Vulgarian said, I watched a bit of a Let's Play yesterday where the player spawned in at the Wilkersons. This never happened to me. Yeah, that was actually one of my favorite places to spawn in because, like, it only gets a little bit of... It gets the one scene in the main game, and then there's not much of a reason to go back. But I think, it's a pretty fun place to start, though. I mean, it is a long walk to the nearest home site, though.
The original story that we had for the game, before we cut more than half of it, had a huge arc with
the Wilkersons.
The Wilkersons, yeah.
I'll bet, yeah.
Yeah, they were originally going to be bad, like that scene that you get where they're being mean to people.
Yeah.
But then
like murdering people.
But then eventually you were going to find out that in fact they were. Oh man, what is it? What is it with me and these stinkers? Time to reload. Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh, I am in
jerk zombies.
I am in so much trouble.
Man, I think Garlic Burp's frustrated by the zombies because they're stopping you from telling him all about this mysterious arc.
Yeah, they were eventually going to be redeemed. At least some of them were. Like so I mean, this is not spoilers. You'll never see this, but eventually, Mickey was supposed to like originally sort of the bad guy. You saw him saw him as sort of the jerk.
He's he's the sniper guy, right?
Yeah, he's the.
There are so many zombies out here.
There are.
Look at this guy. He's a pro.
Except when it comes to
mostly.
that guy.
Oh, you're aiming for his shoulder. That zombie's brain was in his shoulder. You had a hunch.
Anyways, Mickey is portrayed as being sort of the jerk, but then and Job being the more reasonable one. But it turns out Job, according to the cut story, Job was the cold, calculating, basically murder bastard, and Mickey ends up, I think, killing him.
Oh, interesting.
I think that was the plan.
Nana Gamer asks, can we expect any new State of Decay 2 picks soon? I'll send cookies. We don't have or know any plans. I mean, yes, there are going to be pictures of State of Decay 2 at some point. There's going to be an entire game at some point. Unfortunately, I have no idea when any of those things are going to happen. I mean, yeah. It's got to be sometime next year, right? So, that next year is getting closer and closer. We won't be saying next year very soon. We'll be saying this year pretty soon. In just, 17, 18, 19 days, something like that. I don't know. True Vulgarian is like, wow, that arc was pretty dark.
A bunch of the cut stories were really dark.
Hey, Lily. Just wanted an update on stuff at home.
Thankfully, a gun.
Run into a bit of a scare.
Some were, I mean, we had a lot of the stories sort of covered the gamut of people being crazy during the apocalypse, and then like agendas that you had before the apocalypse, were going to sort of rear their ugly head during the apocalypse. People
Yeah.
taking advantage. But so much of that stuff got. I mean, like I said, more than half the story arcs got cut. I think we ended up with like somewhere just under 30. Like, oh great.
It's gone.
Yeah, somewhere just under 30 sort of different mission types and are, I guess, 30 story-related or story-driven sort of mission arcs, and we started out with like 60.
Yeah, but actually, as for me as a player, it felt a lot like. I mean, I didn't feel like I wanted more story than I got in the end, because it turned out that the systems-driven game by itself, it fueled so much gameplay time. Like I spent so much time just doing normal things and caring about my community and their survival and all that stuff that I didn't feel like I needed that much scripted story. So I feel like it kind of worked out. The amount of story the game had ended up being appropriate.
In the end, it did work out for us. And actually, I'm glad we cut some of the stories because some of them were just terrible. They were. I mean, with that many attempts at storytelling, some just didn't make sense in the prospect of left button and Y, or in the context of this. Whoa!
Didn't work.
He turned a. Don't you dare! Anyways, yeah, some just didn't work with the flavor of the game that we were making. But so I'm happy with what we ended up with.
Stuck by Farrells asks, is it safe to say there are more mission arcs now that there's more money involved? Unfortunately, I can't really say one way or the other, and even after the game comes out, I don't know if we'll be able to say. Even after you're playing it, I don't think you'll be able to say, just because the game's different in some key ways and it's hard to compare.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't say any more than that really, but it's not. You don't really evaluate the story of the sequel the same exact way you'd evaluate the story of the original game.
Yeah.
You can't count it the same way. But I mean, more money doesn't always mean it's hard to really compare this stuff because at the same time that more money got involved, we had a larger staff and more time. At the same time, we also have a new generation of hardware and new visual standards to meet, and so a lot of the money and time. And you can see this across the entire industry. A lot of the money and time gets eaten up just by maintaining par, staying on par with the industry.
That and 2 engine changes
Yeah.
has a way of eating some of your nest egg.
And so that's not an excuse or anything, but it's something like just because our team is larger and there's more money involved with the game, that doesn't necessarily mean that we could just sort of and there's twice as much stuff, there's 10 times as much stuff. It doesn't always add up to stuff. Sometimes it adds up to parity. Sometimes it adds up to we didn't fall behind the curve the way we would have if we had tried to make the sequel with the same amount of money. If we tried to make the sequel with the same amount of money, it would have looked a lot like this, and it would have felt like, oh, this game feels like it's from 6 years ago or whatever number of years you decide to think that it's from, and that that would have been a problem. It takes a lot of time and money to overcome that. So that's how that goes. So definitely don't go into the game saying, okay, they spent more money in this, I'd better see this much more stuff. It's way more complex than that.
Yeah. It's never as easy as the math, says it should be.
Yeah.
One thing that comes with more money is a lot more people involved, and every single one of those people has different ideas about how to make the game better and things like that. So the game is different, but it's. I had the opportunity to let PhD Peddler, everyone here knows him for the most part.
Yeah.
He actually came in and played, and I didn't tell him about the game. I just let him play, and he and his wife played for like 2 hours. Had some questions, some hard questions, by the way.
Yeah.
But in the end, he goes, yeah, it feels like State of Decay, which is what we really needed, right?
Yeah.
We needed it to feel like State of Decay, but as developers, we don't want to regurgitate the same thing over and over again. We want to try to expand what we've done, and one of the reasons why I played for 2 hours this morning is not because I was testing anything in particular. It's because I was
Enjoying our
myself.
game, yeah.
So there's a lot of cool stuff going on in State of Decay 2, and I will be interested to hear everything you guys have to say about it, both good and bad, right?
Yeah. And because you guys know that with a lot of the issues that people face with the original State of Decay right after release, there were some things that we couldn't do, but there were a lot of things that we could, and we fully intend to keep trying to support the game as much as we can, and so your feedback is going to be incredibly valuable once the game comes out.
Yes.
Adele was wondering about focus aim, whether that was going to make it into the sequel, and then Versoli pointed out that it would be hard to make a time slow effect work in co-op. And you guys are thinking about the right problems. They're definitely. We know that you guys care about this stuff, and so we have thought of trying to replace like the role that feature plays in the game. We do try to come up with ways to sort of still satisfy that role, maybe without without causing problems for multiplayer. But you'll have to see what the game ends up with.
Yeah. Again, if when you play the game and give us feedback, don't just say this sucks. Say why you think it sucks.
What you expected, what you were going for, what it felt like to do it the way that you didn't like.
And the same way with what you feel works great, because 98% of your comments are going to be this is the best game that's ever made, but we want to know why you guys like certain things or dislike certain things. It's all important equally to us because again we are going to be as responsive as we possibly can be moving forward with this thing.
Exion had asked what engine we were using, and Stock by Ferals correctly said that we were using the Unreal Engine, latest version of that. And Exion was like, "Yay, I like the Unreal Engine." Of course, I never made a game before, but one of the advantages of the Unreal Engine is that so many people are familiar with it, right? Both potential employees can come in with a lot of knowledge of how the engine already works. We don't have to train them up as much as we would on another engine. And also, the mod community is really familiar with Unreal, which I think probably gives them some advantages too if we're using something that is that's pretty familiar. So.
Oh boy. I'm in trouble again. Wait, that guy didn't go down? Ow! He's so loud.
Batcat confirms that it feels like that State of Decay does have a feeling that is unique to itself. Jam Salad was asking, is there a tentative or official release date?
Nope.
No date. I think we have said that it's sometime next year, but that's kind of all we've zeroed in on right now. You'll have to stay tuned for more information, but one of the reasons why Nicole isn't on this stream right now is because she's working out some of those details about when we can tell you stuff and how. So that's going to be, I'm so excited. I know Brant is also so excited for the moment when we can actually start showing you the real game live here on Twitch.
Yes.
When we can start, seeing you guys at trade shows, and when we can eventually just get this thing in your hand and start watching you guys play it on Twitch.
Yes, that is. Geoffrey and I, as much as we love the first game, these are almost painful to do simply because we so desperately want to show you what we've been doing.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, the original game was pretty cool, but it's got and like I said, I played it as a player and I fell in love with it as a player. So it's still one of my all-time favorite games. And that's not going to be dimmed by the fact that I also love the sequel. But it's like you play, I'll get into breakdown. I'll play these characters. I'm like, oh man, there's only like a couple hundred of these characters, and in the sequel, man, so many more potential characters, and so it's like just everything, all the little things that were our favorite parts. Those are the things that we tried really hard to do even more of. And so the things that are our favorite parts now are the parts that that got a little bit dimmer because we worked so hard on advancing them in the new game. So yeah. Anyway, I'm stopping just shy of saying anything scandalous because I don't want to get in trouble. But I hope that our enthusiasm about this is coming through for you guys. Like that you understand like how eager we are to share this with you. But yeah, we got about 2 minutes left. So if anybody has any last questions or comments or something before we go back to trying to make this game. Vulgarian asks if we'll need any testers. We have actually we're doing a lot of UR testing and stuff like that through Microsoft, but I think I don't know what methods they use to find the testers that we get, but they've got an official process that they use, and it's been pretty valuable. We actually a lot of times we keep like during lunch we'll keep running on the TV screen in the lunchroom videos of UR testers, user research testers playing our game, and we get to watch all the parts they're enjoying and cringe at all the parts where they don't know what's happening and we need to make improvements to help them figure it out.
Yeah, Microsoft's setup for user research is pretty top notch. I mean, we can see like how they're using the controller.
Yeah, they've got the video. They've got like a little kind of insert of the picture of the controller, and you can see every move that they make in the controller. So if something goes wrong in combat, you can tell what button they were pushing exactly when, and it's pretty nice. Batcat says, it would be nice to hear the news proper from Undead Labs, rather than some journo on social media leaking details for clicks. At least if it's heard from the horse's mouth, we get to enjoy the very juicy details. That's what we hope how it goes too.
We love doing that.
Yeah, that's our favorite thing.
Geoffrey and I we still do this mostly because we like you guys, and
yeah, we've run out of new things to say a long time ago.
But you guys keep us enthusiastic about coming here and spending time with you, and also talking about in vague terms, what the future holds, and we keep coming back because you guys keep coming back. Essentially, we're not trying to force people to buy State of Decay 1 for sure. But,
yeah.
I guess that's a long-winded way of saying we really appreciate you guys, and thank you for continuing to show up and lend us your support and post videos of you parking in ridiculous places, Mom Prince, and talking about your favorite kills, and people are still posting getting torn in half by ferals. I mean, this game is the gift that keeps on giving, because I still love seeing what all of you guys are able to accomplish in this pretty simple, janky, funny little game that we made. And man, the day that they turn us loose on State of Decay 2, letting Geoffrey and I actually talk about it and show it, is going to be a happy day for both of us. That's for sure.
We had a question about whether there's going to be another Undead Labs Office Easter egg in the new game. I think the new game's got plenty of its own unique Easter eggs. I think we basically got to start from square one and just find a whole new set.
I think
in the new game.
I can spoil this. I did not make an Undead Labs Office in State of Decay 2.
Yeah. But you made other things, like today you brought up Peddler coming in here. Today I got a question from our localization team asking me to explain the term Peddler. Because we had, there's a place where the word Peddler appears in our, in our text, and they were like, what is Peddler? Is this a proper noun?
Did you just say it was a name?
Yeah, I said it was the name. I tend to give information to localizers. Like, I give them every shred of information they could. So I said that Peddler was a longtime fan of the game, whose name had been incorporated somewhere into our world, and that they should treat it like somebody's name. And so we've got, they're asking about whether Willie C would have a boat in the game. There's stuff like that. There's, we've Brant especially has put a lot of effort into incorporating stuff like that into
Well,
the game.
here's one little tidbit. I mean, we paid homage to a lot of fans in the first game, and I'm trying my efforts, which were watered down a bit with some of my other duties this time, were to try and get people who hadn't been recognized in the first game.
Yeah.
So there's going to be more people, not the same, because
They had their turn.
let's try and be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
And I apologize to anyone, especially the people who continually show up and support us, if I didn't get your name in the game. We have, due to how much content we have, we got less leeway to add, unique textures for fun little things like that. So I got as many in as I could.
And I threw in a fair number of things like into you can have characters with weird nicknames and stuff like that are based on people that we know and stuff. They're very, very rare, but now and then you might get somebody with a nickname that comes from one of our community.
So there's more reference to our fans, but they're going to be sometimes harder to find.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you guys will see them all because you guys play the hell out of our games.
So we've got one final question. We have to go pretty soon because we're already a few minutes over. Defiant Ketchup asks us, what is our favorite HQ location? I'm assuming you mean the original game because we can't say anything about the sequel.
Right.
But we're at my favorite. I love the Alamo. Even though the Alamo is one of the smallest and least useful ones, and it's right in the middle of the city and really under threat from zombies, it's still my favorite just because it's got 2 stories, which is special. And I don't know, but all of my zombie survival fantasies involve being in a small place that's vertical. And you can seal up the downstairs, and you can fire from a rooftop, and so it just lines right up with what I like.
Plus, it's got a great mural.
It's got a great mural. It's got a pile of dead ponies in the back closet. It's got a lot of stuff. So I love the Alamo. And then if I was being more practical, I like the farmhouse just because it's got a lot of access to every part of the map. It's really easy to get places from it.
When I'm playing the original game, that's the one I usually
Farmhouse?
The farmhouse is just because it's central.
Yeah.
And you can get to any one of the, you don't have to do a cross map slog to get anywhere. It's usually just half a map. But
Vulgarian insinuates we like the Alamo because that's where you can get the tacos.
well, I truly appreciate the barbecue and burrito hacienda. And we have some of the most unique props in the game that were only used here.
Yeah, that's another reason to like it, right?
Because they weren't useful anywhere else. But, come on. Maybe the best prop in all games. Right there.
What is that monster?
It's like an alpaca camel lobster. I don't know what it is, but I love it.
Defiant Ketchup, we can't answer your questions about the sequel. Nothing in that kind of detail, unfortunately. But I'm sure it will not be very long before you'll be able to find out a lot more. Mo Prince is asking me to upload this to YouTube. I don't know if I should. We've just been wasting everybody's time here today. But I appreciate you guys coming in anyway and spending the time with us because we certainly get a lot out of it, whether we have much to offer you guys or not.
So as usual, thanks to everyone for hanging out with us.
Yep.
Sticking with us all this time and being patient.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to do our awkward sign-off, and goodbye.